Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and I'm in my collection right now looking at this card, Firebat, which came out in the Whisper of the Old Gods expansion. And you will note his flavor text saying he'll always be our first. And you might wonder what exactly that means. Well, back in the good old days of Hearthstone, the first ever World Championships, Firebat, you may have heard of that person before, won the first ever World Championship and had an entire card dedicated to him, a tribute card, for example. And ever since then, with an exception, I believe, one player, which we'll talk about, there has been a tribute card given to every single world champion. And unless there's a card dedicated to the current world, or not, I guess not the current, we had a new world champion just a week ago, but last year's world champion, there will be no tribute card unless it comes at a later date, which would just be real shame because it's just such a cool tradition. Like, why would that happen? And I thought we would go over in this video every world championship card because it's just kind of cool, and go over, yeah, exactly what's going on, and the one mystery person that also may or may not have gotten their own tribute card. So if you enjoy the content on the channel, like a weird little video like this, please hit that sub button down below, give the video a like as it helps the channel out a lot. So yeah, Firebat. I actually have an article here. It's a bit outdated now as it's missing some of the cards, but I thought I would go over it. I believe this is from Out of Cards. I'll link this article down below that highlights all the different world cards that have been highlighted over the years. So yeah, Firebat got his first card, the first Hearthstone world champion ever, and today, I guess at the time, he was part of the whole Grand Master system that did not go particularly well. It also culminated in a move from esports going from Twitch to YouTube, basically killed the scene as we've known it. It's never recovered. Regardless, received his tribute card in the Whisper of the Old Gods. We dare to say this is one that probably the most fitting adaptation and easiest to catch. And this was a meta card. This was pretty good in aggressive Hunterace at the time. Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to random enemy. Obviously, doesn't really hold a candle to cards right now. We have that 1-mana 2/1 elemental that does this, but better, and sees very little play, right? But it's definitely not a bad card. Next, we have the next world champion, Ostkaka. I believe he's Swedish, and believe it or not, I'm half Swedish, yet I can't speak any Swedish. I'm also half French Canadian, can't speak French. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Regardless, although you can just blame me. Anyways, this one, quite difficult to get due to language barriers, but 2015 world champion Ostkaka is Swedish, and his name in his native language means cheesecake. In fact, this minion's flavor text is now that's a world champion cheesecake. Quite the pun here. This card was really good too, especially with like power word shield, getting a bunch of healing back when healing wasn't that easy to get. And this was a really good card for those controlling priest decks. I remember playing it. Yes, I played priest, a lot of Raza priest. Exactly. It was super good in Raza priest, and yeah, it was another really solid card. This is the contentious one because there's people that think that this was a tribute card for Pavel, but according to the Hearthstone wiki, Mike Dene, who I believe still works on Hearthstone behind the scenes, not sure, regardless, he denies that this is a card for Pavel, but there are people that speculate that it was, even though people at Hearthstone say it isn't, and there is no other card that was dedicated to him where it says Pavel got Chittering Tunneler as his tribute card. The hint again is in the minion's flavor text, where it says Pavel got Chittering Tunneler as his tribute card. The hint is again in this minion's flavor text. Ear to the ground, he carefully interpreted the chittering noises. You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell, which is Babbling Book's entry line. And well, if you've ever seen the clip,
Pavel with the tempo mage, they do not deal with a 4/12. No hard removal played in the deck, but I was just about to say, this is a decision that Pavel has made. Amnesiac does not play this card in his mage. This could be huge for Pavel.
The perfect answer to the Maligos. This is gonna blow Pavel, Amnesiac, sorry, out of the water. Oh, look at it. Oh my God.
The heartbreak on the face from Amnesia. I think he actually pulled his own hair a little bit there. He was so frustrated.
Yeah, Babbling Book had a big say in Pavel's World Championship win. While it seems very odd, there's obviously an explanation. During the quarterfinals of the 2016 World Championship, Amnesiac got Pavel on the ropes with a solid 3-0 in his favor. He did the reverse sweep, but in the end, the soon-to-be champion was able to pull a reverse sweep, earn the right to play in the semifinals, and eventually win the whole tournament. So Brady showed the clip, but yeah, it was one of the most iconic moments ever. 2017, we got the fan Tom Militia, which was for Tom 60229. Probably the most difficult to get, but other than the slight different or reference in Phantom, Tom 60229 actually got to voice act the Minions lines. That's pretty darn cool. The 2018 World Champion Hunterace got Ace Hunter Crean, where one of the most iconic finals ever of Viper and Hunterace going one-on-one. One of the most well-remembered finals out there, and I guess kind of represents almost the end of like peak Hearthstone, honestly, at least from a competitive level, where he had to wait some time before getting his tribute card, but Skullman's Academy finally brought it to him, and all of us, of course, definitely one of the most fitting adaptations so far. The recent introduction of Demon Hunter, at the time it was recent, in Hearthstone, made it possible to merge a single unit, both existing Hunters and Demon Hunters, right? It was a dual class card, I believe, yeah. A really flavorful representation of the champion's name. And I believe he also got to reveal the card himself, which was really, really cool. VK Lion, the 2019 world champion, first female world champion, I believe Chinese competitor, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. The first woman ever to earn the title of world champion, Moknathel Lion, of course, which wreaked havoc in Wild when the Egg of Mystery came in its original form. This was like infinite 0 mana with that egg. It was pretty darn ridiculous. Anyways, both the player and the card share the same animal as their subject. Worth noting is that the Minions art definitely jumps to the eye for being far more realistic than Hearthstone's usual style. We've definitely seen some changes in the styles over the years, and the card was revealed on March 23rd, 2020, and was revealed by Lion herself with very fitting flavor text. Never underestimate a lioness when her pride is on the line. And that was an awesome thing that happened when she won. Then next we had Glory in 2020 with the World Championship card, Glory Chaser. After you play a taunt minion, draw a card, 3 mana for 3. It's not a tiny bit of play, but not really that competitive. It says among all the cards revealed and fractured in Alterac Valley's final dump. So you'll note a lot of these were later in the year. So there's still a chance to get one in the mini set, hopefully for Yanming, but we'll talk about that at the end. Glory Chaser is one of the few hidden gems, and for a particular reason. In fact, Hearthstone developer Gallon, who still works on the team, confirmed that this card is his Glory's tribute, and that the player has a chance of doubling down given they're qualified for Worlds 2021 too. And believe it or not, Glory finished second that year. He almost went back to back, but I believe he lost to his Japanese counterpart in Possessi, who got the Possessifier in 2021 with the 5 mana 3/3 Battlecry summon 2 1/1 fires with Russian Reborn. Not a huge player in standard, but really good in arena. And I did think it went into like some Marrowgar decks, and it says beating the best, being the best, and brain washing the rest. So that was really cool. Bunnyhoppor, who won, got a pretty iconic card 2022 World Championships. The Bunny Stomper, your beasts have rushed. This didn't see a ton of play, but you know, I mean, it's pretty obvious that's his card, and it did some stuff. And I believe he also got to reveal that card, I believe. And that kind of wraps up this article. But we've had only one more World Championship card since then, and it is in standard. It is in the thumbnail, and that is why I'm quite sad, because it might be the final Worlds card for a bit, right? We don't know yet, but Pocket Dimension. This was Pocket Train's card, the 4 mana mage spell. You discover a spell, repeat until you see one for the second time. Flavor text on average, this gets you around 3 cards, and none of them have overload yet. maybe there'll be a dual class Shaman Mage card one day that could get you Overload, at least in Wild. And yeah, that brings me to a tweet I made where Yan Ming won the World Championship last year, and unless he gets it in this next mini set, I guess they could do it next year too. That could happen, right? Maybe maybe they just forgot. I don't know. Let's remind the team. He will go down as the first world champion to not receive a card dedicated to them since Pavel won in 2016. And again, that's up for debate. Some people feel like he got it, but again, if the people at Blizzard said it wasn't for him, should that not be the ultimate indication of it? Which is weird. Why didn't Pavel get one? That was a pretty iconic. Maybe they're just like babbling books already in the game. We don't need to make one for Pavel, or it wasn't like a set tradition yet. It was pretty early on. So who knows? But regardless, yeah, I would love to see Yan Ming get a card. He also got to the final 8 again in Worlds. He did an amazing job. Is a great player, and I don't know, I like his play style. I really enjoy the way he plays the game. So I'm hoping he gets, one maybe in the upcoming mini set, a future expansion. But I wanted to bring it up, as well as just talk about World Championship cards, because I don't know if anyone's made a video on that before, and I just thought it would be kind of cool. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.